Okay, London session live. It's currently London open. Going to be scanning the daily bar for any setups on London session pairs. So I'm in the core pair section here looking at D30, UK 100, and gold. That's what I focus on in London session. And I just want to see if this quick buy section is lit up. If it's lit up, it tells me that we have trend momentum and that the setup time frame and momentum time frame are both in alignment. And if these hard time frame traders are pushing in one direction, then I believe that the chart time frame will also push in that same direction. Currently, we don't have any of these sections lit up, so can't put these on the watch list. And moving on to the London session pairs. So London session, I look at Euro pairs, GBP, and Swiss. And right now I'm just scanning the daily. So again, same process, just scanning that quick buy section to see if any of these are lit up. And I don't see anything over here. Just takes a few seconds and nothing. So that tells me I don't have any setups on the daily, which makes sense because today is the first trading day of the month. And for the daily to have trend momentum, the monthly levels need to be triggered. That momentum time frame that has to be triggered, and I wouldn't expect that on the first day of the month, first trading day of the month. So nothing here on the daily, and so if I don't have anything on the daily, then I move on to the next time frame. So in London session, the time frames that are in play are the H8, H4, and H2, and so I'm just going to drop down to the H8 and see if I can find anything there. All right, so H4, nothing here on H4, going up to the H8. And again, just looking at London session pairs here, don't see anything lit up. And again, usually in the first day of the month, first day of the week, you're not going to have many hard time frame setups. On the H8, it requires a weekly to get triggered, so doesn't happen very often on the first day of the week. So nothing here on GBP pairs, nothing on Swiss pairs. Move down to the H4s. Nothing on Euro pairs. Very often the H4 and the H8 are the same, but once in a while I'll see them a bit different. Okay, nothing here. And now looking at the H2. All right, so H2, have one here on NES, but it's not what I focus on. We have gold. Nothing else over here. And let's see Euro pairs. Actually, hold on. Let me take a look at gold again. All right. Looking at, we have one on Euro Oz. So even though I usually know that start of the month you're not going to have hard time frame trend momentum, I'd still do this mechanically, very methodical about how I do this. Definitely just go through the entire routine. So went from the daily down to the H2. I didn't see anything there except on gold and Euro Oz. Okay, so now I'm looking at London watch list, just focusing on gold and Euro Oz. I'm looking at the hard time frames. I want to find the structure of trading here. And on gold, I can see that we have trend momentum on the weekly. So again, what this means is that the setup time frame and momentum time frame are both in alignment, pushing in one direction. And if they're pushing in one direction, I believe that the weekly will also push in that same direction. And so having this lit up tells me that we have trend momentum and that there's a high probability for me to find one of my setups in these weekly bar move. So I trade this weekly bar on the M30 to H2 execution time frame at the bottom there. The weekly bar is traded on the M30 to H2. So on the H2, we have the weekly as a setup time frame. First thing I want to do is look at the bar flow of the setup time frame. This is the setup time frame bar flow. This just lets me know how that weekly bar has been closing. So last week closed as a bearish fake out week, broke out above previous week high, and then got back down below, faking that out. So we have a bullish breakout followed by a bearish fake out in bullish trend momentum. And in that case, I'm looking for one of my bullish setups here. We have trend momentum on the weekly, and on the weekly bar, it closed as a bullish breakout followed by a bearish fake out. And that could be either a trend continuation or a trend pullback. We have a bullish breakout followed by a bearish fake out on both of them. And the way that I figure out which one it is I look at the weekly breakout level, which is right over here, the setup time frame breakout level, and I'm looking at the setup time frame peak low, the previous week low. So that previous week low is above the weekly breakout level. So that tells me that we are looking at a trend continuation setup. This dashed line is a breakout level. The solid line is the setup time frame low. So what I want to see in a trend continuation setup is I want to see price come down and fake out the setup time frame low, which is the weekly low, as well as the momentum time frame low, which is the daily. Momentum time frame is the daily here. So once they get faked out, that's when I'll be looking for a trade here. And so since it has already triggered that previous day low, which is that momentum time frame, then I can look for one of my alignment patterns. So looking for pullback alignment patterns. Right now, it hasn't got above that previous week low, so it's not in a pullback yet. But if it does do that, then I'm looking for either a reversal pattern, continuation, or pullback pattern. And the way that I can figure out which one is showing up on the momentum time frame is I look at the last breakout bar of the momentum time frame. So the bar flow at the bottom here is the momentum time frame, which is the daily. Look for the last breakout bar and see where's that last breakout level. Here's the last breakout level. It's breaking out of a previous day low. So this is a breakout low. And right now it's breaking out below the current previous day low. But once if it gets back above, that'll be a fake out. And if it fakes out the previous low below the breakout level, then that's going to be a breakout reversal move. And so I know that we're in a reversal pattern here. We're breaking out below the low, faking out the low. Again, it hasn't faked out this yet, but if it does, then this would be a start of a reversal pattern. Safe entries are the ones in black here. All these patterns, the safe entries are the text in black. And so the safe entry would be getting above that breakout level for a false breakout move. Now, safe entry doesn't mean best entry. It just means that this lets me know that we have strong directional bias if it can get back above that daily breakout level, but risk to reward might not be too good over here. So safe entry is if price can get above that daily breakout level. But again, what I'm saying is that safe entries don't always mean best entries. So what I would like to see, the better move that I would like to see is I would like to see this breakout level get pushed down. And the only way that this can get pushed down is if today closes as another bearish breakout day. If price closes at a breakout day, we'll have a new breakout level right down here at the previous day low. And then it makes more sense to take an entry as price flips that. I would like to see rejection and then price flipping that. And so this is what I would rather be seeing instead of taking a trade above that daily breakout level. So um, I am a mechanical trader, so if price does get above here, then I'll take it, or I'll find some way to enter this move. But I would rather see this happen. That would make more sense to me. All right, so I don't mind that. I'm gonna shortlist that one. Hopefully, it doesn't get give me an entry because I would rather see this. I am bullish on higher time frames here, but I was looking at the H2. So the H2 was the one that I did see. And these are scalping timeframes. So H4 and under to me are scalping timeframes. And so what this tells me is that the H2 is currently bearish. We have the weekly in false breakout and the daily in trend breakout. We're pushing down on those timeframes. So the H2 is immediately bearish here. But overall, I'm bullish since we're above peak levels and breakout levels here. So I don't mind taking these as scalps, and I trade this H2 bar on the M2 execution time frame at the bottom there. H2 bar is traded on the M2. So actually, let me go to the scalping time frames here. Looking at that H2 and the M2, let me actually take this so it doesn't go into my other time frames here. What I would like to see is if I'm bearish here on the H2. So these are my scalping time frames, H4 down to the M5 here. What I would like to see, again, same process. I'm looking for the setup time frame here. The H2 is traded on the M2, and I look at the bar flow. So again, this bar flow is what's going on with that H2 bar, how it closed, and it closed as a bearish breakout followed by a bullish fake out. So we have bearish momentum on the H2, with a bearish breakout followed by a bullish fakeout. And this is one of my bearish trend momentum setups. Trend momentum on the H2, my setups are completely fractal. They work exactly the same on every single time frame. So we have trend momentum on the H2, and on the M2 where I trade that H2 bar, that's a setup time frame. We have a bearish breakout followed by bullish fakeout. So again, looking for a trend continuation or a trend pullback, the way that I know which one it is by looking at that breakout level and seeing where is the setup time frame peak. And it's right over here. It's below. So that means that I'm looking at a trend continuation instead of a trend pullback. So exact same setup as the H2 version, the weekly version, but the weekly one is a bullish one and the H2 is a bearish one. So what I'd like to see, same exact thing. I want to see price come up to the setup time frame, fake out the H2 high, fake out the momentum time frame, which is the M30. And then once it does that, I can look for my pullback alignment patterns. So right now the setup time frame is in breakout continuation. Breakout continuations, I'm looking at pullback patterns, and I'm looking for either at reversal, continuation, or pullback. And again, same thing. I'm looking for the momentum time frame breakout level. I can see that the last breakout bar is right here. When you have a breakout bar, it creates a breakout level. This is a M30 breakout high, breaking out of the M30 high, faking out the high, getting back under. So M30 is currently in breakout reversal. Safe entries are flipping the M30 breakout level, which is right over here. So if price comes down, I can take that, and then the target for trend continuation is going to that fake out level, which is right over here. So a little bit tight. I actually don't really like this one because when I look at the higher time frame, well, first of all, I'd rather be buying. Secondly, we're rejecting at all these levels here. I can see at the higher time frames, rejected at the previous 3 months high, monthly breakout level. Not not a really good thing to see. I would rather see a nice strong breakout below these levels, and then I could look for continuation. But again, I am a mechanical trader. If I find the setup, then I'm going to take it. All right, so have those two, and then on EURAUD, we have trend momentum on the monthly and weekly, as well as on the H2. So I think I saw this on the H2. So we didn't have it on the daily or the other time frame. So I didn't see those ones on the higher time frames. These ones are swing trade. When I'm swing trading, I look at those ones. But when I'm day trading and scalping, I don't look at those time frames. And so bearish. And this actually, I can immediately, I think it's going to be good because we do have higher time frames pushing down. And so the setup, so the process is always the same. I look at that higher time frame, execution time frame on the monthly bars down the H3 to H8. So we'll look at the H4, look at that bar flow. It's a breakout bar. And when we have a breakout bar, first setup I'm looking for is a trend retracement. So we have trend momentum on the monthly. We have a breakout bar on the monthly as well, looking for a trend retracement setup. So trend retracement setup, I want to see price retrace back to the breakout level, which is right over here. Fake out the momentum time frame, which is the weekly. So the time frame at the bottom here is always the momentum time frame. One at the top is the setup. Need to see price come up and fake out the previous week high. So this is not ready for a setup on the monthly. On the weekly, we have a trend momentum drop down to the H2. We have a breakout bar, and same exact process. First setup on a breakout bar with trend momentum is a trend retracement setup. Want to see price retrace back to the breakout level, which is right here. Fake out the momentum time frame, which is right here, and it has already done that. And once it does that, then I'm looking for my breakout alignment patterns. So setup time frame is in trend breakout. The weekly is in trend breakout. So I'm looking for either a reversal, continuation, or pullback. And same process always repeats itself. Looks for that last breakout level, breakout bar on the momentum time frame is breaking out below the low, and now we're faking out the high below that breakout level. So I can immediately tell that we're looking at a continuation pattern. Safe entries are the trend breakout. So getting down below here would be the safe entry. that's going to be way too far. So usually when I get into a breakout continuation, then I drop down to a lower time frame and look for one of these pullback patterns. So market's fractal, so I can drop down and trade lower time frame. So it's triggered that previous day high, and so I can look at the daily. And actually, this right here is an entry already. All right, so this is good to go. I'm gonna take a trade on this one. Let me just set up my MetaTrader. Okay, so 1 second. All right, so the reason why I like this is now that we have that set up, we already faked it out. And then on the M15 here, we have, we're in a range, we're at the edge of the range. And so when I'm trading in ranges, I want to be taking reversal patterns at the edge of that range. So we have a range created by an inside bar. And we have an inside bar looking for a reversal alignment at the edge. And 99% of the time, this is the one that I'm looking for. We have the breakout level again, same exact process. Look for that H8 momentum time frame breakout level. He's come up, faked out the high. That's a breakout reversal, and then we flipped that breakout level, and so this is already good to go. So since it's kind of stalling here a little bit, let me just see what's going on in the lower time frames. We have an inside bar that creates a range. Faking it out. If it can come up here and then fake it out, it'd be good. Otherwise, if price can just continue on down, I don't mind taking this either. So if I had come into London session earlier, I would have already been in this one, but was not. I'm not going to chase it. I want to see if it sets up again. So let me just set an alert here. All right, so I'm using the momentum bar, and that basically just tells me when we have a bearish momentum bar. Right now, we're flipping the last bearish breakout level on the M1, and then I want to see a price get back underneath. If it doesn't do that, then if it breaks this level, we're in a range here. If it breaks that level, then I'll enter. All right, so that's that, and I think that was it for London session. So what I'm looking for right now, I'm going to do my pairs here. I think there were two on gold. One was on the M2 bearish move, while one was a bullish move here. So the gold move, I would rather see that breakout level get pushed down. I don't mind if it gives me an entry, but I would rather see this. So I'm getting an alert here. If it gets above that previous day low, then I'll probably drop down to the M15. And the M15, you can see right here that we have a reversal pattern here. So this is a way that I can get in early. Bullish on the higher time frames, and we have a bearish breakout. And so when we have bullish momentum and a bearish breakout, then I'm looking for a trend reversal. So looking for that alignment pattern once we fake out previous day low as well as the H8 low, which we are doing right now. And then the safe entry would actually be if pricing close above right here. Double check here, previous H8 high is right over here. So there are some levels that might get stuck on, but I'll keep an eye on that one. All right, so I don't mind this. Hopefully it one of these ones will play out. Another safe way, because since we do have double bias here, one pushing up, one pushing down, another safe way is I just wait for this H2 to close. Right now it's flipping the breakout level. If it closes, Flipping that, that's a trend reversal bar, then I would expect price to continue pushing above. So I can wait for this to confirm the move as well. All right, so on the lower time frames, this is what I'm looking for a scalp. But right now we're above breakout levels, no signs of reversing just yet. If we can get below that H2 high, then I'll have a look. But because the higher time frames, to me, are pretty strong, I'd rather be buying, even with this massive move at the bottom here. Just pushing down low, I would still bullish on this one. All right. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at, and then we have EURAUD, which was bearish. Saw it on the H2, but when looking at the chart, I can see moves on higher time frames as well. So don't mind looking at that H2 for an entry. Yeah, the M30 to H12 breakout level is down here, so I don't like that. So ideal scenario is, since London session has that H12 bar that's in play, which closes in about 1.5 hours, it would be nice to see another breakout. And so that's something I have to be careful about. But we are faking out one side of the range here. Yeah, faking out a high range. This one's a little tricky. Definitely bearish. Just trying to decide if I'm going to get in or not. Okay, if it closes and breakout here, then I'm just going to enter, because the entry would have been here anyways. Right now we're stuck in a range, so if we can close and breakout, take out that range, then I'll look for an entry. Okay, 10 seconds, breaking out of this range. And then just looking for a continuation. So again, this would have been the entry already. Just want to double confirm that this is correct. Okay, got in on that. Stops at the highs. Tie the M15 here. Okay, so slightly late, but I'm all right with that. So trading that weekly bar, and so I'll be holding it down. I'll see what it does at the previous day low, but with these weekly setups, I would prefer taking it all the way down. And around 2 hour move. All right, so I'm in this one already, and that's it. Now just gonna wait for gold. I really hope it doesn't flip here. I don't want to take this one. I think the safest thing is to wait to see if this actually fakes out. All right, so I'll be back in 1.5 hours to see if this fakes out. I'll probably monitor this on the M15. All right, so that's it. One trade, and let's see where this goes. All right, so taking this out, didn't get all the way to the level, but struggling a little bit. Previous day low, so just taking that move. Monday, just take what the market gives me, and I'll go for some bigger moves later on in the week. All right, so that's it for London session. Did trade New York session, didn't see anything that I liked at all. So this is the only trade that I took today, and that's it. So again, Euro Oz, we had trend momentum. 6 months traders on false breakout, 3 months in false breakout. Expecting the price to continue pushing down since we have trend momentum. Trade the weekly bar in the H2. I saw this alignment pattern over here, continuation pattern, below the breakout level, faking out the previous day high below that. So that's a breakout continuation, and drop down to lower time frames. Missed the initial entry. Was doing my analysis a little bit too late, but I got in on the second one, and initially wanted to take it all the way down to the previous week low, but just started staying here for a little bit and just ended up taking it out at the previous day low. And that's it. So that's all, and start repeating the process all over again tomorrow.